We are the Kdrama Divas.
We love talking K-dramas.
Listen in each week as we chat about the dramas we've watched.
And join in on the conversation. Follow us on social media. Stay tuned for the podcast. You're listening to the Kdrama Divas. My name's Amanda.
I'm Maureen.
I'm Serena.
And this is part 2 of We're All Trying Here. We just finished.
Yes.
Like, when? 10 minutes ago.
And we all watched the last episode together, which we don't generally get to do.
That was quite the experience, wasn't it,
It
Serena?
was. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And one that Maureen and you are so passionate about.
Yes, I am.
And Michael.
Yes, and Michael.
I was sad to see it end, but yet I'm happy that it was a great ending. It really was a great ending.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So I guess we're jumping right to the end, which sometimes we do. But I mean, I am left wanting a little more. I wanted to see the relationship with her mom, the female lead, like what was going to happen there.
Right.
And I wanted the brother to see his daughter in real life and experience that, or like figure out how that worked out.
I think they did, though, because look what he said. He said, you can look your uncle up online.
I know. That was sweet.
But we wanted to see it.
I want to see it.
Not just assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because during the whole drama, you see a lot of rough times.
Yes.
Yes,
And
you
so
do.
give us the joy, give us the good times. And
Right.
Mhm.
things have clearly turned around. Let us see more of it.
I agree.
Mom, are you okay? And you could see that she's just like staring off into space, shaking her head.
Well, I'm reminded of the therapist that I heard talking about this earlier this week.
Oh, where were you? Were you watching something?
Yes. And
What were you watching?
a Facebook.
Real?
Yes.
Mhm.
But she had said that the Korean translation is basically, we are all fighting our sense of worthlessness.
Oh, so that's a better translation than we're all trying here.
Yes.
I mean, we've kind of talked a little bit recently about the translation of titles from Korea to English.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them seem like they don't translate them well.
No.
I mean,
No.
yeah. So I wish we would do better at titles.
And I feel like even just translating it, titling that would explain what it is so much more.
Right.
It would. Yes.
I'm trying to remember because we podcasted on the first 6,
Right.
but I'm like, where did the first 6 leave off? I can't remember.
I know.
Do you remember?
know.
We have to look it up real quick. Let's see. We are all trying here.
So episode 6 says he rushes to share a meal with Una, but is met with a surprise. Later, Una receives a phone call that stops her in her tracks.
That was her
doesn't
mother.
Tell me anything. Okay.
So we saw through 6. Yeah, I know. It's hard to remember.
So 7, is that when she says, I'll help you with your script? Is that where that started off at? And Una and her mom meet face to face for the first time? You know, she calls her to her house.
Oh, it's when they discovered their emotion, like 7
Mhm.
through 8. They discovered their emotions. The blank one was help me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the change. Like when they realize that it's help me, I feel like the male lead and the female lead start helping each other in life.
Yeah.
And maybe that is when she starts helping him with his,
Script.
yeah.
Maybe so.
And she is so talented in this. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And I loved that.
Her character is talented in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the actress is talented too.
I just wanted to make sure what you were saying.
Well, now I'm getting distracted because the actress is very talented. But in a way, I feel like she's getting typecast because every drama I've seen her in,
Right.
she's playing someone with psychological problems and like depressed.
Depressed. Yeah.
Because think of it, like, where was it? What was it? This love can't be translated.
Can this love be translated?
Oh yeah, that I said cute.
And then
I didn't
Resident
enjoy that one.
Playbook.
They're both like really depressed, kind of moody characters.
Maybe it's just her.
Maybe. Is that how she plays every character? Gloom.
Maybe
and
that's
doom?
what she likes.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe. But it's like this is the third drama that we've seen her in the last year where she's kind of gloom and doom.
It'd be nice to see her in something happy.
Yeah, I would like to see her in something
Because when she
happy.
smiles, she's got a beautiful smile. I mean, she's
Yes, she
beautiful
does.
anyway. So,
Mhm.
She's just so flat on emotion half the time.
yeah. And you know what? It's got to be hard to play that
Mhm.
all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for 12 episodes, that's a lot to play. So,
Yes, I
would
wonder
think
how
that
her
would be
life
hard.
is. Because it could probably be depressing in
Right?
your
Yeah, but if you carry it
life.
over into your real
Yes.
life, right?
Mhm.
So I hope in real life
Yes.
she's happy.
yes, yes.
I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is. I would think.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so glad that it ended happily, and I feel like it did end happily.
Yeah.
It did. It did. I felt like it had a pretty good ending. It could have gone a lot of different directions.
And I know that it could have gone an extra episode.
Not a
think-
full one though.
Really?
I don't think so. For an hour or an hour and a half, just to
But,
kind of get everybody
Okay,
together.
or maybe they should have just made it a 2-hour finale
Right.
instead of an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Like that would have been perfect. Why not?
I agree.
mhm.
Just give us
So-
a tad bit more.
So I have to throw this out there at the beginning. So I was wrong. My theory was wrong. We're not
I wasn't gonna say
surprised.
anything.
That's true.
But she did. I think she kind of fell for him.
I think she did too.
She said one day he's going to be into me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't
You know
and
what?
maybe that happened.
Maybe it happened.
But see, why couldn't they
Exactly.
develop that a little more? If that's
And I
what
mean,
they want you to think.
She found his daughter.
Right.
And that meant the world
Right.
to him.
Yeah, it did. And he picked up his pen to write poetry again.
Right.
And it just showed his heart like unthawing.
Right.
Like spring. Like his
It-
poem.
Exactly.
And
That's why he
before
wrote that.
And it's interesting. Before that, remember he was giving
The speech.
the speech.
And he's like, I want to be a welder.
yes.
Yep.
Because he couldn't deal with his emotions.
Right.
Right.
And that was such a moving scene. Michael and I were crying. I don't know if you noticed, Serena.
I think you both were crying many times during it. And sorry, I wasn't. And I'm emotional. So I don't know. I just don't think I connected with it
Oh
like you
my
guys
gosh.
You
did.
didn't.
I
And then
didn't.
I think to myself, if you had watched it with us, would you
No.
have felt different?
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, the last two episodes, I think, were on the more positive side. So it was, for me, they were better.
You know, I really struggled through episode 11, which
Really?
is funny that you were like, they're more positive. Because I just felt like they didn't give enough, like, there's not enough time to resolve all this.
Right.
And I don't know. I just felt like 11 could have given us a little bit more
little more hope.
resolution and hope than it did.
I think 12 made up for it. And really, I know that you mentioned that the female lead and her mother
Mhm.
could have, they could have shown like a resolution or something. But I think that part where the stepdaughter
Mhm.
tells her what her mother had said about.
Right.
I
What
think
did she
that-
say again? We just saw it.
Oh,
She's impressive.
impressive.
Yes.
And that seemed to really
Yeah.
do something to her. So
Well, I think it for herself, because I'm sure from what I got from it is she felt worthless and she felt like she was unlovable and her mother hated her and all this stuff. So for her mom to say she's impressive
Yeah.
probably broke down a lot of walls. Whether that mends their relationship, it didn't go there with it, but it helped her, the female lead, it
Right.
helped her emotionally and mentally move past it, I think.
You know, this last half, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but I felt for the mom a little bit. And the reason why, I know it sounds insane, but I don't think the mom knew she was left alone. And I think she really just wanted a relationship with her daughter and she wanted the best thing for her daughter. I think she really did want the best for her.
Okay, well, throw this out there because, and this is a spoiler, but we found out in the last episode that she had been alone for 28 days
Yes.
as an 11-year-old,
Yes.
right? 11-year-old kid. The dad had been gone, the mom left, and then the
Ugh.
dad comes home 28 days later. That's got to do something
How
to
do you
you.
do?
yes.
And granted, the mother didn't know that,
Right.
but why didn't she know where the dad was before she walked out?
Exactly. No. And I'm not saying that she was right. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that I think once they reunited, I think her intentions were, I don't care if everyone knows that she's my daughter. I think she wanted it out. I don't know. That's the impression I got. I don't think she wanted to hide the fact that it was her daughter. I think she respected her enough to say, you don't want everyone to know, fine. But I think she was, and I think that's why she was pushing her even in the, and maybe I'm wrong, but
we'll never know because they didn't show it to us.
I know. Because I felt like she's thinking you're capable of so much. And so she's kind of pushing her, wanting her to, I don't know, take a stand. And
and it's like we've talked about in
Moran or whatever her name is, the stepdaughter.
Yeah.
When she says that she'll care for her
right.
in her old age.
yeah,
It's like before that, she had wanted to basically cut off their relationship. But remember, she said,
Yep.
it's because she acted like a mom.
Yes.
She did. You know what I mean? She,
yes.
Stood up for her.
yeah.
And
I
she
think
realized that the mother had actually gone out of her way to find out what the truth was before just accusing and being mad at her and throwing her under the bus.
And she did all that work and she was never even going to step in if she didn't have to.
Right.
So what other things behind the scenes was she doing that she wasn't aware of? I don't know. It just makes you think.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope that I think the female lead found peace, whether she did with her mom or not, but
with herself, she did.
Within herself.
Well, and we talked about this a lot here and outside of here, is that everything that she went through made her the person she is. And that was kind of one of the points that her mom made, is that she said something like, I'm glad I didn't raise you, because then you wouldn't be this strong, independent person that didn't need to lean on anybody else for anything, you know? So all the stuff we go through in life, it makes us stronger, you know?
It does.
It makes us who we are.
Yes.
So.
Okay, the brother. Since we're talking
my
a little bit, I
gosh.
know we've already talked about him.
Every time they would show him alone in there or them walking up to the door,
To the apartment.
I was panicked thinking, oh no, they're going to find him. They're going to find him.
I agree.
I know.
They're going to find him. And I was just, my heart.
I know. It
that was
messed
hard.
with you the whole drama, thinking, is this when he's going to unalive himself?
Exactly.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
I like the way you said that, unalive himself.
It was so sad. And
Yes.
I mean, he was battling his own feelings of worthlessness, right?
Right.
And that's why he
Right.
liked welding, because he didn't have to think about the feelings. But
Exactly.
it was hard. That was hard because probably every episode you wondered if it was coming.
Right.
Right. Well, I mean, come on. There was like two other times, two in the beginning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even a lot of his friends in this group of 8 were they show it differently than, everybody shows it differently, but they're all dealing with feelings of unworthiness for different reasons,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And even though some of them were successful and, they're all at different stages in life, they still were dealing with stuff.
I was so glad to see the two of them. They were like so close at the end. The two.
Which two?
The
His
Nemesis.
best friend slash enemy slash best friend. Right.
Oh, that was kind of a tragic friendship there.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't know, do they really get into it 1 through 6? Do we find out we find out the reason why the friend hated him.
Right.
Basically, like, I wrote about him and I feel guilty. And then at the end, I find out that the male lead basis is all his characters. They've been doing the same thing for 20 years.
Yes.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Well, I didn't, the best, quote unquote, best friend, even though I don't think he was his best friend, I think that other guy was, that was so sweet and kind all the time.
Yes.
So this producer Park, I think was his name. I didn't like his character most of it.
Right.
I know.
Then when he and his wife were having issues, I was like, good riddance,
Right.
And they work things out, which is great. I'm glad, but I still wasn't thrilled with him.
I know. I mean, his heart was totally for that other writer.
Right.
Yes.
And at least he apologized. It didn't say, he didn't go to her and say, nothing happened between us.
Right.
Which nothing physically did, but his heart was wrong.
Right.
And I'm glad he was like, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Right.
I was wrong.
But that came after
Yes.
Dogman started that. Dogman went and was like apologized to him.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That part, like, we were crying on that part too. I want to cry now because
he had walked away, and remember, he had looked
he
down
was
at
feeling
his...
something and his watch was going off and it says regret.
Right.
And I don't think he had feelings of regret ever.
Well, I don't think he ever knew what it was.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. But that stops him and he doesn't
Right.
want to have regret. So
Right.
he turns around and goes to his friend or frenemy
Right.
and he's
Mhm.
just like on the ground sobbing.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, I
he's
wasn't sure why he was on the ground. Yeah.
He's just a broken mess.
Right.
Right. And
Right. Join the club, right?
yeah. And then Jogman gets down on his knees and is like at his level
Right.
and says that he's sorry and that he's been wrong. And did we ever think we'd hear those words come out of his mouth?
No.
I know. And then you learn the truth. He's like, I just want to be at your level so we can be friends again.
Right. Because that's when they were the happiest. It's when they were at the same level. One didn't think they were better than the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the whole drama, I think, I don't know, comes down to one is people learning what their emotions are,
Okay.
because we're
Yeah.
so in the society we're in, we are so removed from our emotions, and we're
true.
so removed from communication, speaking, not texting, not anything else, but communication, talking to each other, because things are so different. So I think this whole drama really narrows in on those two things, is how important it is to realize what emotions we're feeling
Mhm.
and dealing with those emotions and being able to talk to somebody about those emotions, right?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's my 2 cents.
That's deep, Serena. Too deep.
Yes.
That I was so moved at that part
Yeah.
because then they're both crying because he's like, I want to be your friend. Like, I want us to be close. And they both want it,
Right.
which is like shocking, really, in that moment that maybe, like you said, if they could have communicated or talked before this, they
Right.
could have avoided years of pain.
Right. Right. Yeah. Because how crazy it is that they got to that point before dealing with it. Right.
People do that in their marriages too, right?
Oh,
all the time.
All kinds of relationships would
Yeah.
do it, right? Not just your marriage. So,
I loved seeing them all at the premiere
right.
Yeah.
when they were all of his friends were so moved by it, and you're looking at their faces.
Yeah.
They were
And-
intensely watching. They were
Yes.
so
Yes.
they were engrossed in the story.
Right.
And it was probably the opposite that, how they had talked beforehand. It didn't turn out that way.
Exactly.
I know. But it's all because of the female lead's guidance, really, saying this needs to be rewritten. This needs to be rewritten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her editing skills.
Yeah. Because even if another editor would have done it, his relationship with them would have been different. And so it would have came across differently, I think. So it's the right person at the right time and the right connection, right?
Yeah. Okay, what were some of your favorite parts? All of it. You're like,
Oh my
all
gosh,
of
you
it.
should have given me a chance to think about it.
Well, we just watched it. How
I know.
could
Oh, you mean just the last two?
Or, yeah, whatever you
The
want
whole-
to talk about.
Yeah, anything.
I just loved it all, really.
What is your purpose? I love when the brother asks everyone that.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It like gives you insight into him. And he seems like this gruff character. I really liked the brother. I really liked the brother's character, but he seems like such a gruff person and going to work, going to the fields, welding.
Right.
And then he comes home and he drinks, but then all he cares about is these deep topics, like he wants to cut
And
to the
with her wanting to be a mother. And so he gets her a book and signs it because he is so impressed. And then when Dongman says Schumer, he wants...
That's his goal. That's his
Yeah.
purpose.
in life.
And he's like, even though I don't like it, I like it for you, basically.
But he says you pass.
Right.
Yeah. I liked it because it just shows that how deep everything's deep. Oh my gosh, I'm not. But just how he thinks about life's purpose, and so much is underneath the surface with him. And I don't know. I just hope he found his happiness. I act like these are real people.
I was going to say, we weren't told, so we can make it whatever we wanted, right?
I know.
I don't know. I like to think of them as real people.
I think he got married to the actress.
I think they had a relationship. Yeah.
I wonder what the age difference is between them.
Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? Probably 18, 20 years.
No, really? I'd say like 10 to 12.
Oh, no. Much more than that.
I have no.
She's giving me such judgmental looks right now for this hypothetical.
No. Because, I mean, okay, if she's 28, don't you think he's probably 45?
I don't know.
Well, figured Dogman had been doing this for 20
Well,
years,
Dogman
so
is
he's probably at least
40.
Okay, he was 40, so
And
yeah.
it's his older brother.
Right, you're right.
So,
Yep.
Fun. Good job with your age estimate. I'm looking up their real ages. He is born in 1976.
Okay.
ooh, he's 50.
Wow.
She was born in 1990.
She's 30. Wait, no. 1990.
36.
She's 36. Wow.
I'm telling you, it's the skincare.
I'm
Well,
shocked.
I'm
So there's only 14 years.
there.
Only
You go.
14 years.
Totally. That's totally acceptable.
Wow.
Okay. What else? Serena, you've struggled.
I mean,
You struggled a lot.
I
At
did.
least 1 through 6, you were like, oh, I can't believe I'm watching this.
right.
How did you feel 7 through 12? Was it the same?
It's probably a little better. I think it got, for me, I don't know. I mean, I think I remember what I scored it and what I would score it now, but I think there was a little more, like I said earlier, a little more positive towards the end. But yeah, would I watch it? I know Maureen will watch it 3 billion times. I wouldn't watch it again. Just again, because it's just so sad.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand. I understand both of you because I really enjoy it. I like that I watched it. I feel like it was really good. Now, is it something I'd run to watch again? No.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it a lot. Now, Michael would want to watch it again. He's like, I feel like I missed so much.
Yeah.
Oh, the jacket. Wasn't the jacket hilarious?
yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And he still continued to wear it
Right.
after finding out.
But then it has it still has a story. It's just a
Yes.
different story,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
When he's telling the story to the cast and they say, no, we've heard that story.
Right.
And he says, no, this one has it has a twist.
And then everybody listened to him, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
It is really, that was so funny.
So do you have any other like favorite scenes or thoughts? I mean,
I like that the female lead took her mother's credit card to pay for her grandmother's surgery.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yes.
I thought, why not? And they knew it, and they were fine with it.
Right.
They did know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the CEO of the company, whatever he was,
Yes.
remember he mentioned it?
Yeah. And I like the part when the grandma was getting out of the hospital
Yes.
that they all showed up for her.
Oh,
Yes.
That reminds me. Okay, so what I would have liked to see more of is a little more revenge. Because
Revenge
some of
on
these
who?
people needed to just,
Yes.
I just wanted retribution. And that's not good because, I should just let God,
It's a story. It's
I know.
made up.
I
It's
know.
okay.
but I really wanted revenge.
Yeah.
So my point is, like that, I don't know who he was. The guy in charge at her work,
CEO
boss,
guy,
the
yeah.
CEO guy. I
Yeah.
wanted him to really,
Fight it.
I wanted him to fail and fail big
Right.
and just collapse and then have such regret. And the only thing he really does is suck up to both of them
Right.
in the last 2 episodes.
Right.
And that just wasn't enough satisfaction for me.
Mhm.
Anyone else? Anyone else feel like that?
Well, yeah, because why in the world did they go with him and why did they? I mean, he was not a good person. And then at the end for him to say, oh, like he's some great person that did them all these, yeah, he was another guy that just,
Oh, I know.
he's a horrible person.
I know.
Isn't it funny how you don't like him?
Yes.
Yes. And yet he was in the last 2 episodes. He was in the last 2 episodes of Phantom Lawyer, and you loved him in that.
I don't know who he was or what you're talking about.
He was the father.
Okay, but that
That
makes me, I saw something this last week and I was going to say, because we've talked many times about how Maureen, when she doesn't like somebody in a K-drama, it rolls to the next one and the next one, right? And I saw something that said something like, if you don't like them in the K-drama, or you don't, if you hate them so much in these K-dramas, you should love them in real life because that means they're really good actors and actresses, right?
Yes.
So,
Wow. So it's a compliment. We despised you.
yeah.
But you know what? It's still tough to like that one girl from The Glory.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's a compliment.
That's
Oh
funny.
my gosh.
But anyway, but getting back to it, like, where's the satisfaction with that? So I
Right.
just felt upset about that.
I agree. He should not have been
Yeah.
rewarded for all the crap he
Yeah.
does and how he
Well-
treats everybody. Just
Ugh.
if he can't use you, then he does,
He's just big.
You saw what Dongman did.
right. How could you miss it?
He
So
flipped him off.
Yes.
Double flip.
Yes. But then he came back with the double finger
Yeah.
cards, which was like
no, not him. The
The bad
the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
but it doesn't matter.
He's just the
No.
fakest person
right.
ever.
Yes.
Right.
So also in line with this, the female lead's ex.
That's what I was going to say next.
Yes.
Go for it.
You can start with this.
Well, no, he's such a horrible person also. There's lots of bad people in this.
There are.
But I loved the part where him and his brother go into the coffee shop.
Right. That was funny. Yes.
That was really good.
But do you think that his movie failed? Did it not go into production?
We don't
and
know.
It failed?
We don't know
Right.
anything. And that's another unanswered question that I feel frustrated
Because
about.
the female lead's mom was going to be in it. Right?
She never really.
We don't know.
She wanted to be.
Yeah, she wanted to be.
We
but
don't know
what happened.
We don't know. And that
Right.
drives me crazy. And I also feel like I needed more justice with that situation as well.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
I'm glad that they defended her and said, don't mess with her. But I needed some sort of revenge.
Well, and the fact that the mother brought up in front of her stepdaughter and in front of the him and
Mhm.
his girlfriend, the fact that he was a player and
Yeah.
he treated women like crap, right? So
Oh.
she brought that up. And so,
That was the other
Yes.
character.
what?
That's not the same guy as her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, that
Female
was the
lead.
gal. That was
Yeah.
the gal. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You are right.
There's a lot of bad characters.
There
in
are
it.
bad, yes. But I like the fact that she did bring that for this couple.
Yeah.
That she brought up
Me too.
what a jerk he is.
I am glad.
Yeah.
Because so the stepdaughter did get her revenge a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And justification, like I'm not a crazy person and you guys are
Mhm.
making me go crazy.
Right. And
I
telling
didn't like
everybody.
that. That's
Yes.
terrible.
Yeah.
And guys do that. Terrible.
Oh, girls
terrible
do
men.
that. Girls do it too.
But you
That's
know that he
true.
wasn't innocent.
Oh, no, you
No.
know from the
Not at all.
get-go.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, but the female lead's ex too. Like,
Yes.
come on. We wanted to see him royally fail and the whole
Yeah.
world know that she wrote it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he make sure I'm talking about the right guy.
Yeah.
He beat the
Yes.
crap out of Dongman. I didn't see that fight going that direction.
My mom thought the fight was hilarious. She laughed so hard.
Hell, it was a little
I
ridiculous.
know, wasn't it ridiculous?
It was very
It
ridiculous.
was a very human fight. Like,
But I thought that it would have ended differently than it did.
Well, I like the way the fight ended because then he went over to her house
Yeah,
and
that was cute, but that wasn't the
Uh,
fight.
I know.
no, but it was soon after.
Yes.
Ah, that was very sweet. But
Eh.
hey, he paid. He paid for
the tooth.
the
Just the
tooth.
tooth. He had a lot. He needed to pay for a lot more.
Yes.
Do you think because the dogman said to the ex something about leaving her alone because there's not just women in that house? Do you remember?
Yeah,
And that would be him and his brother.
They were moving in with that?
No.
Oh, that meant
He was protecting
yeah,
them.
they were the
Okay.
protectors of
Because
those
I thought,
two
oh, they
women.
must be living together now.
No,
but
no,
then
no,
they
no,
didn't
no.
show that, so I was confused. Okay.
He's
No.
just
It was
threatening.
hypothetical.
Yes, exactly.
We're watching out for
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And boy, his brother looked threatening, didn't he?
He doesn't, but his brother looks so intimidating. Oh, he's a really good actor.
He
is.
I really was struck by him in this drama. And I know he was in Tangerines. Oh, Tangerines.
And he was in Park Bogum's barber show.
Right.
Which we'll talk about someday.
I don't think you guys want to.
I do.
I
I
don't
actually
think you
really do.
Really?
I do. Yeah, there's some twists to a chance of that, isn't there?
There are.
So, but yeah, so I needed my revenge satisfied a little more.
Yeah.
But overall, the ending was good, and I'm glad he finally won. They should have made that longer. Stretched
Yes.
it out a bit.
Yes.
but oh well. What do you do?
It was interesting that he thanked his brother, though, first, because I never had heard that he wanted to, you know what I mean? It's like, was he ever going to mention his brother?
I don't know. I don't remember his...
You know, when he had said...
He practiced, but I don't remember his practicing in that great of detail.
Yeah. I also thought there might be more, we talked about the two brothers, their family heritage. They weren't, I don't know where they were at on the scale, but they weren't poor. I mean, they were, I think, pretty well off because their dad owned a business and then they lost it. But I thought they would have brought that back into it more, and maybe they would have kind of received some money, or they would have gotten something.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe that would come into it, that they'd recover some of it or something.
I did find it fascinating to learn in the 11th episode that he had $50,000, right?
Yeah.
$50,000 just saved.
Right.
And you know what? No wonder he had it before he went into the military, because the family had money.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But he's kept it the whole time.
Right.
And his brother was like, you need to move out. And I'm like, if his brother knew he had $50,000
right, all that time,
this whole time, he would move out.
Right.
But he wanted to watch over his brother.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that was his dark secret, his worst day.
Yes. Yes.
His worst times were worrying about his brother's life.
Right.
So emotional.
Don't think about committing suicide. Hang on for one more day.
If you're having trouble. She's emotional about the suicide attempts.
So if you are struggling with anything, any thoughts or anything like that, there is help. And people should know that, because we don't want anybody to be lost.
No.
So,
and sometimes we're all struggling with our own feelings of worthlessness.
Is that right?
Right.
And God doesn't think you're worthless.
No.
He thinks the opposite. He thinks you're worth everything.
Right.
So hang on.
Right.
Don't give up.
You're needed here.
And you're needed on planet E.
Planet E. Well, and I think sometimes if you're thinking that, you think nobody around needs you, nobody wants you, nobody, and there's always people around you. You may not see it, but that's the problem, is you may not see it, but there's people there that need you, right?
And the Kdrama Divas need you.
There you go.
We need all our fellow Kdrama watchers.
Right.
So just know you're needed by us.
Right. So after all of this, if you have thoughts or struggles or just need somebody to talk to, I wish we could give you our phone numbers, because we would love to talk to you and pray with you, but there is a suicide hotline. It's 988. I think you can use that anywhere, right?
Yes.
I think so.
So please, please, please use that if you're struggling right now.
And if you need prayer, reach out to us and we will pray for you.
Yes.
You know where to find us.
X, Facebook, Spotify,
TikTok.
Yes.
So kdramadivas@gmail.com. Send us spam mail. Whatever you need.
Yeah, let us know.
Right. Sorry for that. We got really
serious. I know, but it kind of was a serious, it is a serious drama, and it's a very serious subject.
It is.
So,
but there's humor in it. Not in the subject, but in the drama.
Right. Well, and at the end, that was his purpose, was to bring. So, and sometimes in those situations, that's what we need, is we just need, laughter's good like a medicine, right?
It is.
So sometimes that's just what we need is something to make us laugh and to put our mind at something else.
I need it. I need to laugh. All the time.
So should we rate it?
I would rate it a 5.
Do we remember what we rated before? I think you were going to write it down.
Oh, was I?
Do you remember?
Okay, let's look.
I think it was maybe 2.75 or something like that.
Let's see. One moment, please. So in the last episode, part 1, we had to give our hypothetical rating. So, I believe I gave it a 5, and I stand by that 5. And Mom, you gave it a 5.
And I stand by that 5.
Serena,
you struggled a lot. So, you were thinking of rating it a 2, but then you moved up to 2.5.
Okay. So I would do a 3.5. How's that?
Wow. That's a big difference.
Yeah. I think yeah.
This is definitely, I think it's my favorite K-drama this year. And
We are almost halfway done with the year.
Yes. I think it could be in my top 2.
Wow.
Of all time?
No, for the year.
Oh,
Just ones that we've watched this year.
okay. I was about to say of all time.
I don't know.
Oh,
I will have to think about that.
okay. Well, we'll find out at the end of the year when we give
Another
our...
Miss O is still on my list, high up on my list. And I heard it's the same writer.
Mm. And my liberation notes.
And my Mister. You guys have never seen my Mister.
No. Have we done a podcast on another Miss O? Did we
I
ever do
think
that?
we did.
I think we did.
Did we?
Long
Long
ago.
time ago.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. The people that have seen that, they know. They know.
I don't know what they know, but they sure know it.
Oh my gosh. That alley scene. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of like my private life, the wall scene.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
Oh my gosh. I
Well-
think people were hunting for his shows after that. But it's like he hasn't made very many.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know we are at the end of this and people have probably tuned us out, but there was some big news this week that we didn't talk about at the beginning of the show.
there was.
Yes. Yes. You know what
Am
it
I
is.
even aware of the news?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Hang
I don't
on.
think I know the news.
You do. The news that Kim Soo-hyung, right? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about this. He had allegations against him and the police dropped them.
Yes.
That's huge news. And we
Yes.
love him.
Yes,
So
we
I'm
do.
so
Yes.
thankful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thankful that everything was,
Yeah.
I think, from what I've read, that everything's dropped. And I hope that he
That's the
can
Queen
get
of
back.
Tears actor.
Yeah.
I-
Hopefully he can get back into drama.
Right. I would love to
I
see him
think
in more
he's-
dramas.
I think he's
Because there was some
going to
stuff
make
that were
one
put
or
on.
making one.
What I read was that there was some stuff in production and put on hold because of all
Okay.
this. So I hope. What's wrong?
That's too bad.
Yeah. So we're rooting for you.
Yes.
So
Fighting.
fighting. Yeah. So
Definitely. Yes.
all right. Is that all?
Yep. So
Mm.
5, 5, and 3.5.
Okay. So thanks for joining us.
Watch lots of K-dramas and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.